Trust me, I've had my fair share of heartbreaks. To be able to give you the advice I can give you today. Hey babies, if you're new here, my name is Tiara. I'm a lifestyle and fitness coach here to bring you girl talk, self-care, fitness, and glow-ups. If these topics interest you, feel free to hit that subscribe button so we can lock in. Without further ado, here are my top 5 proven ways to help you through that heartbreak. I have my iPad here. My iPad has all the notes and stuff that I have for you guys. Alrighty, baby. So the first tip that we're going to get into is the red flag list. Right after the breakup, right? The thing that our brain like to do is make us remember all the good times. Makes you then mourn them, feel like you want them back. Because you're thinking so much about the happy, you can't really remember the damn bad. You guys didn't work out for a reason. What were those reasons? So this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna grab a notepad. Me personally, I like to use my notes app, and you're gonna write that person's name, right? Right under their name, I want you to list every ick, every problem, every specific situation that just made you sit back and be like, this ain't it. This will help you then realize, one, that relationship isn't perfect. A lot of times we think people are the one for us, when in reality, they're just a walking red flag. We fell in love. So in order to just take a step back, go through the process and stop fantasizing about this person who may have hurt you, who may have not been the best person, or who just maybe isn't the right fit for you. Instead of fantasizing about who they could have been or maybe all the good times, let's start focusing on the bad. And it also helps you see what boundaries you need to set here on out, maybe for the next person, or maybe if you guys were to get back together. Like, this just helps you see all the things that went wrong, or all the things that you as a person just don't want to tolerate, so that way you could set those standards and boundaries early on for the next relationship. Red flag list. I'm telling you, get on it. Alrighty, babies. Tip number 2, no contact. No contact. What is no contact? No contact means no contact. Like, you better act like you never met this person. Like, this person is a stranger. Would you text back a stranger? No. And if you would, girl, say something. No. If you would, don't, okay? Don't. You need to block. Block if you need to block. Delete if you need to delete. Do whatever you need to do, but no contact is no contact. Watching these people's stories when you guys are not together, that's breaking no contact. If your goal is to get back your ex, then no contact would work. It specifically works if it were taking you for granted, because if you remove all access of yourself from them and you were a person who did a lot for them, they're going to see what it's like to be without you. I'm mainly speaking if they took you for granted. So there was other things that happened behind the scenes I don't know about, like, that's not what I'm referring to here. But if they're mature enough, they will come back around, because they'll realize what life is like without your presence, and they would miss your presence. If they did have love for you and actually want a future with you, this would just help them realize that, right? But I'm not trying to feed the delusion, okay? This is for you to get over your breakup. So in a completely selfish way, you have the reason no contact works for you, right? By erasing this person from your life, essentially, you're able then to, one, get back your independence, finding who you are. Maybe that's reaching some goals. Maybe that's getting new hobbies, which we'll get more into a little later in this video. By erasing this person over time, you'll find what life is like without them, and realize that you never really needed them to begin with. No matter how much you love Johnny, Rick, Richard, you don't need them. You only need you. That love you gave to them is already within you, baby. And you will find that through spending more time with yourself, learning what it's like to not have this person in your life, and finding ways to cope with that, finding ways to be okay with that. I've been there. I did it. So, tip number 3. Find a new hobby or interest that you can obsess over. And I'm not talking about anything to do with love. Like, make sure this interest or hobby is something that you could get behind and just lock the hell in, okay? For me, when I went through my 4-year breakup, my interest in the hobby, believe it or not, was fitness. I gained a bunch of hobbies. It doesn't have to just be one. Like, stack them on, you know? Like, really occupy yourself with things that are gonna better yourself. So I'm not talking about going to get drinks at the bar with Stacy every weekend. That is not the interest or hobby that I'm referring to. I'm talking about, you know, maybe it's pottery, maybe it's a fitness class, maybe it's the gym, maybe it's you starting a YouTube channel or you starting a podcast. You know, like, just make sure whatever you decide to do, just put all your attention and love into that. I promise you, the more energy you put into that or back into yourself, it's literally going to bring you to a whole new journey, a whole new path to self-love, you know? The person I am today and the person I was before the breakup are 2 different individuals. And it's because that breakup initiated my self-development journey completely. Like, I became Tiara 2.0. I made sure of it. And maybe that's what you want to do, you know? Just really lock in on a hobby or interest, okay? And that interest can definitely be you. Maybe you want to learn how to grow your hair. Maybe you want to learn how to grow your lashes. Maybe you want to learn Spanish or pick up a new skill, or whatever it is, baby, you can do it, okay? So forget about Tommy, all right? Lock into you. Tip number 4 is frequencies and meditation. It's such an underrated tip. I promise you, like, frequencies really do work. Meditation really does work. Like, I can't imagine the amount of times that I've had anxiety. Maybe I was dealing with a little depression phase, or maybe, you know, I was going through a heartbreak or something traumatic happened in my life. On frequencies, baby, like, they really get you. The ones I specifically lock into are the ones that are overnight. There are a couple that I recommend for the girlies, especially going through a heartbreak. It may not work the first night, the second night, but over time, I promise you, it just taps into that part of your brain, your subconscious mind. We all know by now how powerful the subconscious mind is. Instead of listening to Drake and Nicki Minaj and all that stuff to fill the void, why not fill the void with affirmations, subliminals that are actually going to cater to your mental health instead of take away from it? No shade, but shade. This is probably one of the most important tips that I'm going to discuss today. It's okay to grieve. This is somebody you probably thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with. This is probably somebody you thought you were going to marry, have kids with. It's okay to grieve. Don't just push away those feelings that are coming up. Don't just wipe away those tears. Feel those tears, feel those feelings, cry it out. There's nothing weak about grieving over a relationship, a situationship, a talking stage. Feel those feelings. You're a human being at the end of the day. Like, you had expectations and they weren't met. You're disappointed. You're hurt. If you weren't, congratulations, good job. Then this tip is not for you. But for my girlies that feel deeply, I'm a girlie that feel deeply. I cried over talking stages. I cried over losing people that I just thought I wasn't gonna lose. It's not wrong to feel those emotions. You're not weak for feeling those emotions. If anything, you're strong. You're strong because you're allowing yourself to process those emotions when the world is too afraid to process those emotions. Can you just imagine all the ickiness that will just build up if you just keep suppressing what you're feeling in this current moment? Just get through it now. Push it out now. Let it out now. If you need to scream, go scream. Go scream. I won't judge you. Go scream. You need to cry? Here's a tissue, baby. If you need to talk. You need to vent. If you have nobody to vent to, grab a journal. Can't afford therapy? No, this isn't replacing therapy. Not replacing therapy. But ChatGPT that shit. Like, I love me and Chat. We get along. Whenever I'm feeling some type of way, I'm gonna ask Chat. Chat, am I tripping? Chat will offer you different perspectives and everything. Like, I love ChatGPT. I don't care. Do what you have to do, babies, but don't suppress those emotions. When my 4-year ended, I had my sister and my cousin at the time. Thank God for them, honestly, because I probably talked about the same situation 1,000 times with them, and they listened. Like, I know they were sick of me, but they listened. I'm a big advocate for let those feelings out, okay? If they want to call you a wimp, sensitive, or a baby, fuck them. Let them. Book. Let them. Alrighty, babies. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. If you liked today's video, show your girl some love. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Heavy on the comment because I love to hear your feedback, okay? And feel free to check out any other related videos on my channel. Alrighty. Until next time. Bye, babies.